Hi, this is Steve Castle with Castle Real Estate Group, and this is the April 2021 market update. In this update, we'll do a quick overview of the market and let you know if we are seeing any signs of change on the horizon. We'll check in on interest rates and see if there are any trends in the mortgage markets. And finally, we will talk supply and demand and share some crazy stories we're hearing and seeing out in the market. The market continues its hot streak as we work our way through April and into the heart of what is typically our busiest time of year. Active listings are down to 4,400 from 4,800 last month and over 14,000 last year. That's correct, our inventory is 1/3 of what it was at this time last year. There are currently 13,000 homes under contract, up from 12,500 last month and 9,700 last year. Days supply is down to 15 days from 16 last month and 53 days from last year. Remember, for a balanced market, we'd be looking for more like 150 to 180 days of supply, or 10 times what we currently have. Given these numbers, it's pretty easy to see not much has changed when it comes to how the market's behaving. The last few days, we have seen a few more houses hitting the market, but supply is so low, it's really not noticeable to the naked eye. We'd need to see several months of consistent increase in supply before we'd really take notice. One concern recently was the rise in interest rates, and there was a couple weeks there in a row where we saw some pressure on rates, and there was some talks we could see this continue. The good news is they seem to have calmed down and stabilized, and much of the immediate worry has dissipated. That being said, this is something to keep an eye on in the coming months. So, what's causing all the craziness? The easy answer is supply and demand, and of course California. And while this is a factor, it's not the biggest one. Interestingly, our buyer demand here in Phoenix is only about 10% above normal according to the Cromford report, which is not insignificant, but it's not enough to cause the frenzy we are seeing out there. If it's not demand, it must be supply. Supply is at an all-time low, caused in large part by underbuilding and population growth, and it's not just here in Phoenix, it's across the country. Phoenix is outpacing many other similar-sized markets and still has lots of interest from investors of all shapes and sizes. The difference between now and 2005 is how people are buying. We are seeing lots of cash offers across price ranges and areas, and those not paying cash are typically putting large down payments. We recently sold a listing of ours to a large institutional investor that owns 30,000 rental homes across the country. What's crazy is they bid well over list price and took the home as is, indicating they are still seeing lots of upside to this market. So I thought it'd be fun to share a few of the crazier stories we've seen in the market. I just recently got a text from a longtime client telling me he may want to sell. His neighbor just listed for $675,000, and my client thought he was crazy for asking such a high price. Fast forward a week, and the house is now under contract for $810,000, $135,000 over the listing price. 20568 North 93rd Place sold for $1,287,000 in December of 2019, $37,500 over its listing price. It was listed a couple of weeks ago for $1,500,000. What's crazy, it sold for $1,700,000 all cash last Friday. So it rose by over $412,000 in just 16 months, or almost $26,000 a month. And it went under contract in just 3 days. A recent coming soon listing at $565,000 went under contract before hitting the market at $620,000 with a fully waived appraisal and inspection. While these are some extreme examples, they have become commonplace in the market. If you're a seller, this is a dream scenario. But as a buyer, it's important that while you are going to have to make adjustments for the market so you can be competitive, you can't forget your fundamentals. We are seeing buyers out there in the market bidding on just about anything. Backing to busy roads, backing to commercial properties, functionally obsolete floor plans that will be an issue if you want or need to sell and the market is not so hot. You have to keep a long-term approach and stay patient, even when it feels counterintuitive. As always, we're here to help. If you have any questions, concerns, or just want to talk all things real estate, we'd love to hear from you. Until next time, please stay healthy and safe, and we'll see you next month.